How does friendship between guys and friendship between girls differ from one another? Huge difference. It's so similar, but there's a lot of differences at the same time. We're going to discuss that in this video, guys. Before we get into this video, make sure you do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, follow me on Instagram if you'd like to stay in touch with me, because I'm very active on Instagram. And now let's talk about how girls' friendships and boys' friendships are so different from each other. Now, many might think that girls are always so jealous of each other, even if they're BFFs with one another, they're always competing and jealous. Yeah, right. Let's think about this again. Men can be very extremely jealous and competitive too. Let's just start with that. Now, talking about the gentlemen out there, if a guy gets a promotion, gets a house, gets a new car, gets a pay rise, gets a wife, has children, settled, you best believe that the friends would also want to do the same. That's human nature. We want to have what our peers have. It's called peer pressure for a reason. Men have that too. They compete a lot. Way more than girls are jealous of each other. They're competing 24/7. What do you think? Will two male best friends at work compete for the same position to get promotion? You better think it's a hell yes. Of course they are going to compete with each other to get that promotion. Of course they're going to try to, be the better one. Of course they're going to be competitive. Of course they're going to be jealous at times when the boss prefers the other one more than the other one, right? However, where the difference is, now listen to this very carefully. Guys during this competing phase still will be able to come at lunch together and have lunch together and still stay friends and actually laugh off that they're competing to each other. They might laugh at the situation, but they know what they're doing. They're both practical and rational about it, and they know exactly what's going on, and they accept it and they admit it. They will have lunch like brothers, dinner like brothers, maybe even invite each other's families in the house at dinner sometimes. Guess what? The next day they wake up, they're at the office competing with each other yet again. That's how guys differ in friendships. Let's talk about the girls. Oops. Girls won't be able to do that. Two girls or besties or colleagues, girls, competing with each other, jealous of each other. They will never be able to come at lunch table or dinner table and have a meal together with peace and then go back to workplace and then compete again and know and accept and acknowledge and be realistic with what's going on. They both know it. Oh no, there is no such thing. They're always overwhelmed with their feelings. They always would want to hide it. They would always want to neglect it, live in denial kind of, okay? And keep showing that they're not jealous, keep showing that they're not competing while they still are competing, right? And so all of these mixed signals and mixed confusing feelings won't ever let them be in peace at all. Having lunch with each other in peace is not on the table, it's just not on the charts, it's not happening, okay? You can deny this point as much as you like, but it is what it is. So women, if they are in such situations, competing and jealous, they might drift apart. If they're besties, they will go their separate ways all of a sudden. They won't be able to come together at the same place and eat dinner. No. You see, the thing about the men's brain and the difference between the men is that they're able to compartmentalize different departments of their life in a separate box. Women, for the most part, are not able to do that. That's just how we're wired to be. And because men are so good at compartmentalizing different areas of their life, it's like friendship has one box, competition has one box, boss has one box, family has one box, friendship has one box, relationship is another box, jealousy is another box. Ugh, they're so good at that. I don't think we girls are ever able to be that way. Not even me. They are able to do one thing at a time. There's also a box for like nothingness. Ever seen men sometimes just fishing or just playing tennis, thinking about nothing? You ask them, what are you thinking, honey? Nothing? No, you're thinking something. Nothing. No, you must be thinking something, right? I want to know. Nothing. You better believe that they're actually thinking nothing, okay? Men do have this capability of actually sitting there and think nothing. And it's funny because girls usually don't understand that. You have to really read the man's mind and read about human nature in order to know this, that men do have this compartment in their mind where the box is all about nothing. I also remember a few years ago, I actually saw this amazing video on YouTube. Now I can't remember which one that was, but it was a TED talk or something, okay, where I think it was a psychologist or someone who was actually explaining how men's brains are so different and women's brains are so different. And ever since I saw the video, I actually, you know, had this keen interest to know a lot more, because to me at that time it didn't make sense. I was so unaware of this reality, but when I started to look into that, it made more sense. And now I understand, okay, I get it. If somebody actually tells me they're thinking nothing, now I would believe them. Okay, yeah, you have that box of nothingness. Well, I can't relate, but I understand. Thinking nothing. Imagine me thinking nothing. That's not happening in 1,000 years. I'm always thinking about something. Even when I'm sleeping, my brain is thinking, you know? So for men, it's one thing at a time. And so for men, it's like one thing at a time, right? So competition has its own time. Jealousy has its own time. Family, friendship, it all has its own time, and they're so easily able to keep these things differentiated from one another, while girls may not be able to do that, you know. And that is, I think, the biggest difference between how girls' friendships are so different than boys' friendships. And girls are not able to do that, as I said, because the feelings get so confusing. And if you have seen my previous video, I think it was the best video I've ever made on friendship. I don't think I've ever seen a video in depth like that about friendship. It's all about how envious feelings or jealous competitive feelings are actually very confusing feelings, especially for females. They are so confusing that we never know how to react practically. Those feelings overwhelm us so much that because we are so busy trying to hide it, because we are so ashamed of our own feelings, but it just still manifests itself in just these weird behaviors, and we can't even control that, right? So sometimes you are jealous of someone, you behave a certain way, and you are thinking that you're acting normal, you're trying to hide your jealousy, because why else in their right mind would anybody try to show a jealous behavior? We are never trying to consciously show jealous behavior. If anything, we girls want to hide our jealous feelings, right? Duh, it makes sense. But the way we're behaving, a third person looking at you will actually be able to see and say, ah, you're actually acting out of jealousy, you know? So you yourself might not even understand that you're acting a certain way because you're jealous, because those feelings are so confusing, and girls are not able to compartmentalize these things for the most part. If you're somebody who's able to do that, please let me know in the comments below, because I have never seen a single person who is able to do that, whether they're in their 20s, teenagers, or 30s or 40s. It takes a huge amount of evolution, self-development, self-awareness, and self-improvement. It's so hard. Also, before we end this video, guys, I really would like to invite you to my Patreon. I'm now on Patreon. I would like to invite you to my Patreon. Go there, become a VIP member, and you will have access to all the content, all the juicy gossips that we're gonna do there, okay, on video and on post. You will see a lot of personal one-on-one content from me. I'll answer all your questions and whatever topics you may have that, you know, sometimes we're not able to discuss on YouTube. I will make all that type of content at my Patreon, talking about love, relationships, toxic family members, weight loss, self-development, self-improvement, leveling up, body issues, all the related women issues that you can think of. Patreon, guys. Everybody's welcome to become a member, no matter what age, no matter what race, you're all welcome there, and I would love to have you there. And now let's end this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any more points to tell, like how a girl's friendship is different to boys' friendship, I would love to know your points. I would love to know what is your take on that. So let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget, follow me on Instagram, me, 𝗪𝗓𝗍. I'm always there. You can also shop my brand at 𝗪𝗏cosmetics.co.uk. If you are a lot into skincare, and if you are into leveling up sessions with me, one-on-one coaching you need from me, you can book me on my website. The link is given down below. Until my next video, guys, take care of yourself and take care of your well-being. And don't forget to take care of your skin, because that's the biggest organ you have.